Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's your boy Denari here. And before we get started with today's episode of the Young Bulls podcast, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Icy Nailed It. Now, Icy Nailed It is a beginning nail tech here at Temple University, specializing in doing nails and looking for new clients to help her out and grow her business. Now, she's doing a flash sale right now for $45. Yes, $45. So if you're trying to get your nails done, you're trying to look good, you're trying to look pretty, make sure you guys go hit up Icy Nailed It on IG, Icy Nailed It _ and tell them the YB Pod sent you. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Peace. Yo, what's up? I'm Denari, and if you're here, that means you're tuned into the Young Bulls podcast. Enjoy the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? It's your boy Denari here, back with another episode of the Young Bulls podcast, man. I'm here with my boy Konga. Konga, say what's up to the people.
What's up, y'all? It's Quingo.
What's it? Glad to be here on a Saturday. To those who celebrate, happy St. Patrick's Day. We're not Irish, but we're just here to say happy St. Patrick's Day to y'all. Before we even get started with the rest of the episode, we just want to say thank you again to our sponsor. I see narrated on IG. It's having a flash sale right now, $45. So if you're trying to get your nails done and pretty and everything like that, yeah, hit her up. I see narrated, man. Finally, don't hit it up.
I might.
I made two. Nothing wrong with it. There's no shame. There's no shame. But yeah. But let's get right into it, man. Let's see. I got on the hold on. Let's see. I got on the University of Virginia basketball shirt, man. It's been about 24 hours, man. Team could not get it done. We lost in the semifinals to NC State, who was a 10th seed. We were a 3 seed in this tournament. It was absolutely terrible, man. We lost in overtime. We had multiple chances to win the game. All we had to do was make free throws. We couldn't do that. It just goes on the list, down the list of many disappointing UVA losses in March. It's like every time it hits March, UVA just finds a way to hurt even more. First, we had USBC, and we had Furman last year, and now we got NC State. So, now we may not even make the tournament. And I know Pringo's happy about that because I've been talking a lot of trash about UVA. Oh, also too, before we go any further, shout out to Temple basketball because if you would have told me back, 2 months ago they would still be playing for a chance to even make the tournament, I would laugh at you. And that's saying a lot because I go here. But Temple, they're still in the tournament right now. They played today against FAU, and they could do the craziest thing possible in the midst of all those allegations and everything like that. They could end up making a tournament, which is crazy. Find out how you feeling about that, man.
I just want to say, like, if they make the tournament, congrats to them. But that's crazy. I would say all those other teams in our in our division, man, who in our conference who allowed this, be ashamed of yourself. I think SMU, what were they? I forgot what the record was. It was like 20-11 or something. Like these teams go and they have such a great they have a good season, and you're gonna let Temple basketball. You're gonna let them take away your March Madness league. Are you crazy?
Imagine thinking you have a chance to go to March Madness. You're like, yo, all we gotta do is beat Temple, and y'all can't even do that.
Yeah, at
That's
that point,
crazy.
you just don't deserve it. Actually, matter of fact.
At that point, do y'all even need a basketball program at that point? I don't even know.
But I ain't
Shout
gonna
out.
hate too hard on Temple though, because I forgot who dropped 20 last night or yesterday. Somebody had 20 yesterday. Had a great game, so I ain't gonna hate too much on that.
I don't know. I'm gonna
Team.
tune in more for sure. I'm gonna tune in
Shout
more.
out to them, but
Yeah, shout out Temple. Shout out Temple, man. Shout out Temple. I hope if we make the tournament, that would actually good. So
I mean it will
yeah,
be tough, but I would like to see them go far in the tournament. So they gonna need a couple more years to rebuild.
yeah, yeah. You think we're gonna get a national title before we graduate?
Hey, that's high hopes. That's very, very high hopes. In the next decade, still high hopes. Yeah.
But yeah, let's get right into it, man. I just wanted to, do my little grieving session for UVA basketball, man. Uh, But let's get right into the steak and potatoes for this episode. Free agency, NFL free agency, man. Eagles, they made a lot of splashes this week. Some could say a lot of unnecessary splashes this week. Actually, not some. Many could say a lot of unnecessary splashes this week. They signed Saquon Barkley. They got Devin White. Gardner Johnson came back. They got Saints linebacker Zach Bond. It's like they're building the Avengers. You know, Pringle, what's your thoughts on it, man? Before I even get my 2 cents on it, what's your thoughts on
I just want to say it's all sick. I don't know where they found all of this money to pay these players, number one, or the cap space, number two. And then number three, who's allowing this? Like, I guess Saquon must want a ring really bad because the Giants literally offered him like $1 million less. You know what I'm saying? And he did say he wanted to be a Giant for life, so that's rough for Giants fans. And then the Bucks, what are the Bucks doing? How did they allow Devin White, who is like 27? He's 27. He's still young. Y'all allowed this man to go to the. They should have offered him like 12 mil for like a year or like 24 over 2 something. I don't know why. I can't blame the Eagles though. Whoever that GM is, whoever's making these moves.
That's Howie Roseman.
Yeah. Nah. You need to offer him an extension too. He needs an
Lifetime
extension too.
contract.
Yeah,
Lifetime contract.
get him in a lifetime contract. Y'all need him.
No,
But man,
I don't know. The Eagles are doing wonders, man. They yet again just put themselves in a position where next year they're going to be the heavy favorites to win the Super Bowl. But I will say, if they do all this, and then next year they come out and they they don't perform well, oh my gosh, this will be like a terrible 3 year stint for the Birds, man. It'll be a terrible 3 year stint.
they don't
I'm
win like
hoping
12
for
games. It's bad.
me personally. I'm hoping this happens, but I can't really say much because my Saints have not been doing anything in free agency, man. I think our biggest moves in free agency are the people that we've released. Um, we got rid of we released Michael Thomas, man. That hurt me. That hurt me. I released Michael Thomas. Jameis Winston's gone. Again, I don't know what we're doing, man. I don't understand why we released Jameis. Jameis should have been. We were 5-2 when Jameis was starting, so I don't understand why we released.
I just want to call in myself and talk to the organization. Like, what's the play here? We're gonna release Jameis, who, you know what I'm saying, backups are already not, you know what I'm saying, a starting NFL quarterback, but he's one of the premium backups you can get.
Good.
And and then Michael Thomas. I understand, man. He failed the physical, man, but that's Michael Thomas.
Mike T,
You
man.
can't keep doing this.
Offensive Player of the Year 2019, Mike T, man.
I'm never gonna let his legacy die down. What he did in
Breeze,
2019 will not be
Breeze,
forgotten.
Breeze Thomas combo was something serious, man.
Yeah, probably write a book about that. Like, we should have had a Super Bowl back then too, man.
Should have had two. It still hurts me just thinking about it,
Rams
man.
robbed us, man.
Yeah.
Never forget.
All I'm saying is that the Saints are playing against the Patriots in that year's Super Bowl. I guarantee you the game would be a lot more interesting than the Rams being in there.
Oh my goodness, they wouldn't have been able to stop us. They wouldn't have been able to stop
Guaranteed.
us. And
Guaranteed.
that defense, who would have stopped Alvin Kamara? Who would have stopped him?
It just hurts, man. It's just endless pain.
Damn, man.
When I was looking at the schedule, I said that we looking at the schedule for this year, like we could possibly make the playoffs. But now it's like if we're not gonna make any moves. I don't even know. We
I
got the
don't know.
Eagles. We
Yeah,
got the Eagles on our schedule this year. I
we
think we
must
play
be having a
Detroit
big
again.
draft. We must be having a big draft because
Jay Daniels.
we're not doing nothing.
Can we
He's
keep?
going way too high for us. We're not getting him. Pretty sure he's gonna go in like the top 15, 17 picks.
We're like 17, aren't we?
but we're not gonna go for him. We're probably gonna get like an
Please,
old
Saints.
lineman or
Look,
a defensive
look. I understand we already got a
tackle or
quarterback,
end.
but please, can we please just get Jamie Daniels or please get Phoenix or somebody, please? I beg, I beg, I beg.
Nah, if anything, we'll be lucky if we get Penix in the second round.
If we get Michael
It's
Penix,
not happening,
and
actually.
if we get Michael Penix and we don't perform well this year, I'd be okay with that. 'Cause we have Michael Penix. So please, man, just give us a quarterback for the future, man. Because Derek Carr's not gonna be able to keep this up for the next 2 years, man.
Exactly, and not even just that. Just give us some hope, man.
I'm saying, man. When Drew Brees stepped foot in New Orleans, man, he brought a sense of hope with him. Everybody was like, "Hold on, we may actually be good." He took us to a Super Bowl.
I'm not even gonna lie. This may sound crazy. When Jameis hopped on the field and subbed on in games we were down, he gave me hope.
He did.
He gave me hope. That's
When
what's
they put
lacking.
Jameis,
That's
when
what's
they put
lacking as a
Jameis,
Saints
when they
fan.
put Jameis in last year against the Lions, and we almost came back and won that game. He gave me hope.
It's crazy, man. That's what's happened ever since Drew Brees has been gone. Michael Thomas, fell off.
Kamara, they're not utilizing him right. It's
Just missing the hope, man.
just missing the reason to get up on Sunday and watch the Saints.
It's the
It's
same
not
thing.
even it's not even the same anymore.
Since
Just get up.
2021, it's been the same thing. You probably wake up late for the game, throw in the jersey, get in front of the computer screen. We're already down 7-0.
Or we already down like 10-0 or something like that, or 10-3.
It's the same disappointment, man. The same 7-9, 8-9, 9-8.
Playing for the final wild card spot in the final game of the season, knowing that you don't really have a chance to make it.
I barely smiled ever since Drew Brees left.
I don't think I've smiled about the Saints game this season. Actually, I didn't smile about the Saints game this season. It's just so much pain. Especially like when I be telling my friends stuff like, man, y'all seem like this. Like, aren't you a Saints fan? It's like, oh, you got it.
Well, it depends on who the friend is. Now,
No,
you
if
happen
I'm
to be a
talking to
Commanders or Giants fan, keep it
yes,
low.
if
Keep it
you're a
very, very
Commanders
low.
Giants fan, if you're a Commanders or Giants fan, stay over there. Like with all,
Or Cowboys, keep it extremely low.
nah, it's not even like that. Because my mom's a Cowboys fan. My mom was watching me watch the final game of the season for us to even get into the playoffs. We lost. And my mom was like, you guys are in the playoffs? Can't relate. And it's like, I can't even say anything to my mom. My mom's here and got more rings than we do. So,
Well, when's the last time they won one? Isn't it?
I mean,
You gotta
fair
remember,
point.
not only are they on a 30-year drought, but they win about 10 to 13 games. They have done that for almost a decade. They've been winning 10 or more games, and they lose they haven't even, I don't even know if they've been to a NFC championship.
They haven't been to a championship game since we weren't born yet.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when Eagles fans be like, oh, aren't you a Saints fan? I'm like, well, time out. Let's analyze this, okay? Analyze this,
Let's
okay?
break it down.
You guys haven't won. Y'all gone to the Super Bowl 4 times. You guys have only won one Super Bowl in y'all 4 trips.
Come
Only
on.
won one Super Bowl in
Come on.
y'all 4 trips. Um, y'all had great teams over the years, and y'all couldn't get it done. And I'm pretty sure the last time we saw y'all in the playoffs,
We beat you.
we
We
beat
did.
you. We beat you. We sent y'all home.
Facts.
So, and the last
And
time we
that
saw
year
y'all
they
in
went to the Super Bowl. That year they went to the Super Bowl when they beat the Vikings. I'm just saying, had Marcus Williams not blundered, they would have had to see us, and we would have
they
wiped
won
them.
like,
We would have wiped them.
oh, no. The Nick Foles fairy tale ending.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, we would have stopped that for sure. Um, but yeah, man, it's just as a Saints fan, as we said numerous times in this podcast before, it's just so much pain, so much pain. Hopefully this year's gonna be different though. I'm not really banking on it though. We'll see. We'll see. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, man. I don't know why the Eagles need to keep doing this though. They didn't need to go out and get Saquon. Like at least make it a competitive, please, man. My gosh, like y'all have Saquon, Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. Like it's not fair. It's not fair. You got crazy level of skill players on your offense. Y'all don't need that many weapons.
The NFL needs to start looking right now for the tampering because I know it's there. Oh, I know it's
It's
there.
definitely there. Definitely there. Definitely there. And then you look at the other moves this week. Yo, Baltimore signing Derrick Henry to a 2 year.
Hey, look, that's a great
But
play for Baltimore.
they lost Patrick Quinn. They lost some people too though. But,
And Geno Stone, yeah.
and then Odell Beckham got released as well.
It's not too much of a loss, but some greats.
How you feel about Derrick Henry, Baltimore man? How you feel about that with Lamar Jackson,
That
Mark
that
Andrews?
that offense is gonna be dominant, in my opinion. They ran the ball the best this year. They're gonna run it the best for the next 2 years as long as Derrick Henry is um healthy. And then I already know their play action game is gonna be tough. Like their offense is
Forget
gonna be
about
a
that.
whole lot better. Like it should be really good.
The read option is going to be scary.
Yeah, so they should have a really good offense. They lost a little bit. They lost some pieces on defense. Like Stone was a very big impact player on Baltimore, and Patrick
As well as
Queen is a
Patrick
pretty
Queen.
solid
Yeah.
tackler. But at the same time, this not the worst thing to lose Patrick Queen and Geno Stone. You still have Hamilton and Roquan, who are really the
Yeah.
defensive core.
And you got Marlon Humphrey still, so that's good too.
Marlon Humphrey, that brother's been burned too many times. He's old. He's old, but he's still decent though. Like he can still compete.
Yeah. But all right, so now we signed down AFC North. We got Russell Wilson is gonna be a Pittsburgh Steeler. And also too, Kenny Pickett's going as well. Kenny Pickett's going as well.
Isn't did he request a trade?
Nope. Pickett got released, the Eagles signed him.
Ouch. Yo, so he's gonna be Jalen Hurts' backup.
Yes.
Wow, that's a very good backup in his defense. That's a
How you
very good
feel
team to back up.
how you feel about Russell Wilson going to the Steelers? I think it's gonna be nice.
Winner bust.
I
One, winner bust, and two, let's talk about the Steelers. Firstly, their free agency moves. Oh my goodness, the Steelers linebacker room is the best I've ever even talent wise, like white boy name talent wise, that's in my lifetime, that's the best linebacker room I've ever seen. Like what? Oh my goodness. Alex Highsmith, Quan Alexander, Patrick Queen. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And I forgot the other two, but they're everyone in their linebacker room is good. Like all of them are like NFL starter level caliber players. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And then their safeties. Apparently, they're trying to get Justin Simmons right now,
oh yeah, I saw
which would
that.
be sick. Nah. That can't be allowed. That can't be allowed. That can't be allowed. And then their DB room is nice. Like the Steelers should have the number one defense next year. And then with Russ, Russ is gonna. Oh my goodness, George Pickens. That's another player right there. I'm calling it now. Mark today. 3/16/2020. Oh shoot, 2024. March 16, 2024. I said that George Pickens is going to be one of the breakout receivers of the year next year.
He should. For
Next
sure,
year,
he
George
should.
Pickens may go for 1,200 because this man, he's a playmaker. That's just what he does.
For sure. For sure. I definitely see Russell Wilson. Mike Tomlin, great coach. Uh, he has a history of winning. Russell Wilson, championship pedigree, been in the big games. He's going to bring that out, the other guys. For George Pickens, for somebody who wants the ball more, who wants to be that wide receiver one, now that Deontay Johnson's there, he has a chance to really be that breakout star. I feel like Russell Wilson is going to be perfectly able to help George Pickens break out into that wide receiver one and really help the Steelers offense get more points on the board and win the game for sure.
Another thing too is oh my goodness, what was I?
And also too, the NFL is a much better place when the Steelers are a good team. When the AFC North is good, the NFL is good.
Yeah, AFC
'Cause,
North is loaded right now too.
yeah, I love to want to see the AFC North be competitive again. It seems like for the past couple of years, there's been like two teams, and the rest are like mediocre. Not every team has like a case to possibly win the division, so it definitely is going to be some solid football being played in that division.
And it's just interesting to see even the way the rest of free agency is going to go. Because right now, the Bears just locked Jalen Johnson in, very good DB. Then they got Keenan Allen. They have DJ Moore.
The Bears are going to make the
They have
playoffs.
DJ Moore.
Hold on. Hey, mark my words. March 16th at 4:04 p.m. The Chicago Bears will be a playoff team this year. The Chicago Bears will be a playoff team this year. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Justin Fields finally has proper weapons. He will break out and be a great star. Justin Fields, he says he wants to stay in Chicago. He's going to prove why he's Chicago's quarterback, and he's going to propel the Bears to being a playoff team this year. That is my hot take. I said Fields was going to be MVP last year at the beginning of the season. I was tripping. I know. But Justin Fields is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC this year, and he's going to lead the Bears to the playoffs. That's my hot take.
Well, firstly, we don't even know what's going to happen with Fields yet because it seems, though, his number one landing spot, the Falcons, has been occupied by Kirk Hill. So,
Hey, thank you again, Atlanta, for doing that. Us Saints fans, we thank you because we're about to cook. Oh no,
no. All wrong. Do you understand what's going to happen? They have Bijan at running back. Oh my goodness. He's definitely like a top 8 running back talent. Like he is so very capable of going for like 1,300 yards, and he's good both ways, receiving and rushing. So that's horrible. Number one. Number two, their
Kyle
defense
Pitts.
was already good, and now they're even more solid. So they have a solid defense, and they have probably they have the most weapons on any team in the South right now. They even have more weapons than us. Oh my goodness. Oh no.
And
Denard.
Kyle Pitts fans who
Kyle Pitts, Drake London. Who else do they have on that team?
and they have a coach too.
I forgot. They literally signed another receiver too, but their receiver core was already good. Their tight end was good. Their running back is good. And now they have a pretty good pocket passer, a solid gunslinger in Kirk Cousins.
I take that back. Yeah,
This is
we
not
may.
good. They can and
Well,
not to mention the Bucks have now nerfed themselves immensely. Why would they possibly sell the best defensive player they have on the team? Antoine Winfield is cool. Their D line is solid, but Devin White was the heart of that defense. And it
didn't
seems,
Carlton Davis get traded too?
yeah, I think so. And so to me, it seems like the Bucks are gonna have a year where they're winning like maybe 7 games, 6 games. But I can see the Falcons winning like 10-9, like somewhere from the 8 to 10 range. Like I can see them doing that pretty
Especially after
easily.
what happened. Especially after what happened in the final game of the season, where James scored that touchdown in the goal line, like was
Yeah.
it garbage time? Oh, they may actually. Yeah,
Oh my goodness, they're not gonna forget about that. Oh, they're gonna.
we're
Oh,
done. We're done. We're done.
bruh.
We're done. We're done.
Dino, that's not good.
We're done.
But I will say, at least it's not Fields. I will take that over Fields. If
Yeah,
Fields was in, I would so
yeah.
much rather take.
If Justin Fields was in the
Yeah,
Super
no.
Bowl,
I wouldn't want. I
seeing
wouldn't
him,
want that.
no, that can't happen. But yeah, man, I'm trying to think of some other free agency moves that have been going on. Dallas hasn't done anything yet, which is, I say for them, that's kind of alarming.
Yeah, they're in very big need of a running back right now.
Yeah,
Tony
I don't
Pollard
know.
gone.
Yeah, I don't know what Dallas is doing. I don't know what their plan is, but
I was thinking that they go
especially
for either Saquon or Henry, but both of them are now off the market.
no,
So
there was reports that the reason why they got rid of Pollard, I thought they got rid of Pollard to Tennessee because they're going to try to make a deal for Derrick Henry. That's what I thought originally because when I saw that Pollard went to Tennessee, I was like, oh, they're all in on getting Henry there. That's the only logical thing. But I saw they didn't make that move. I was like, okay, I guess.
I don't know
I
what
don't
their plan
know.
is, but all I know is if I see Alvin Kamara somehow not in the Saints uniform next season,
If I see number 41 running out for the Cowboys, I'm actually be
I'm
sick.
not gonna lie, like I wouldn't even be hurt if this man, if he said tomorrow, like I'm going to the Chiefs. If he went to the Chiefs, man, I'd be like, yes, sir, great for you, man. You're gonna go get a ring, man. You and Pacheco are gonna tear teams up. But if he was to go to the Cowboys, that's not going to happen anyway. Like I doubt the Saints would ever let that happen. I think they probably are going to want to try to retire him.
Well, I say happen because you said that it's not going to happen to
It's
him.
not going to happen. No, 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 no. That can never happen. That can never happen. That can never happen. Cut that out. Nope.
Oh, I got a breaking news thing from ESPN. Hold on. Current alert. Kamara to Dallas
Yeah,
for
yeah,
2 first-round picks.
yeah. Cut it out. Cut it out. Two firsts. I don't know. Maybe a first, a second, and a third, or maybe a first and a second, and like
I hope
another
it.
player.
And then I saw that Stephon Diggs, he put on Twitter, ready for whatever. So I guess that means that, if he's going to get dealt, he's ready for it.
Yeah, that team took a big
Yeah.
nerf as well. You know what I'm saying? Like they lost what 3 really good DBs on their
Oh, yeah,
team.
Jordan Poyer. I know they lost Jordan Poyer. Forgot who else they lost.
Tre'Davious White, Gabe Davis. They also lost. That was big.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know who they're gonna replace him with because as crazy as it is to say this, he was a very good fit on that team when he was healthy. He was a pretty good, like you know what I'm saying. Like he could be anybody down the sideline. And now he's on the Jags. Or where did Calvin Ridley go? I forgot where he went.
Ridley went to he went to the Titans. I think it's him and D Hop in Tennessee.
Yeah, that's a retirement home. That's a retirement home. Yeah.
He said that's a retirement home. It's crazy. Yeah, man. It's a lot of moves going on. I know, like, it's definitely not going to be the end of it. There's definitely only one move to be made for sure as we see, like, the weeks continue and everything like that.
And I like that Jameis to Cleveland move. That's good for
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson. I would love it if he beat out Deshaun Watson for a quarterback position. That would be amazing.
I think leads the Browns to the playoffs.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Oh, I just realized too.
And then Jerry Jeudy to the Browns was a great play. That was an excellent. I like that right there.
Not only that, I totally forgot to say Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith, he got moved. Who else got moved? They saying that Chase Young possibly want to get moved. Danielle Hunter to the Texans.
That was a great play.
Joe Mixon to the Texans too. The Texans gonna be nice.
Yeah, the Texans are nice too. Yo, I like how a lot of teams that were not that good like 2-3 years ago are now like pretty nice. Like the Browns, Texans. It's nice to see Lions. Nice to see
Hollywood Brown to the Chiefs. That's gonna be nice.
Firstly, I want to know like who allowed that. I know like he was chilling on the Cardinals with no quarterback all year. It was injured for a little bit. Like you might think that that's like really not that big of a move, but like Mecole Hardman scored, I'm pretty sure, the game-winning touchdown for the Chiefs.
He did.
And he had a solid season after coming back to the Chiefs. Like he finished out pretty solid. I just want people to understand that Hollywood Brown is like 3 to 5 times better at football than Mecole Hardman, in my opinion. So what he's gonna do with the Chiefs is wrong. What the Chiefs are gonna do this.
They're gonna probably They're gonna probably like Mahomes probably gonna be slinging him the ball like maybe he was the type of
So now they have him, Rashee Rice,
Hardman,
and they still have Hardman. It's not right.
And Pacheco in the backfield as well.
But I will say though, I am very confident that this year is going to be a very competitive year. Like I don't think any team will be just like. I don't think there will be a team that's really going to get to like maybe like anything over maybe 12 wins. Like I think it's going to be a very competitive year. I know the Chiefs will likely win their division, but I can't see them winning like 14 games, maybe like 11, 12. I can see that. But
Honestly, I feel like for this year in the Chiefs division, I feel like there's gonna be 2 playoff teams, and it's gonna be the Chiefs and it's gonna be the Raiders.
respectfully, I think the Raiders are having an 8-9 season, in my opinion. They still have a lot of issues. They have Gardner Minshew at quarterback. He's not bad. He can win games. He's very solid. He played very good this year. I like what he did there.
I thought they don't have O'Connell still.
They do, but he's not really. Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell, whoo, take us to the promised land, whoo, and probably the most loaded conference in football. Like, I think there's going to be 2 to 3 playoff teams coming out of the AFC North. You know what I'm saying? Also, T. Higgins, whatever goes on with T. Higgins is also like going to be important.
Yeah, I agree.
T. Higgins to the Saints.
They said they said no. I saw something. Why did I see something that said that they were trying to think about having Jefferson move to Cincinnati or something like that.
That's another big thing. Justin Jefferson. There's a lot of cards. What's crazy is there have been already great moves happening, but there's still so many cards on the table. Like Justin Jefferson, no one knows what's happening there. There's no quarterback at the Vikings right now. In my opinion, this is what I see. I see Justin Fields ending up at the Vikings. I see Justin Fields getting moved to the Vikings for some sort of compensation, and then the Bears go after Caleb Williams and probably a lineman or something, which will be decent because they have DJ Moore, they have Keenan Allen, they have a solid defense, they have decent, they have DeAndre Swift, they have solid running backs. Like they're pretty balanced. Really, they just need to work on their O line and need a franchise QB. So that'd be cool to see what they do.
I just want to see Fields being on the team that wins. That's all I want. That's all I want. That's all I want. I just want to see Fields just show up because he's not a bad quarterback. He was nice in college. He was nice at Ohio State. It was literally, I felt like it was just the team that he was on and the weapons that he had. Only so much he could do. And then not last year, but the year before last, we saw it towards the end of the year that Fields was making plays, doing stuff. Definitely don't want it for my fantasy team. But I just want to see Fields in a position where he could just show that he's a solid quarterback in this league. Because there's a lot of people who discredit Fields, and a lot of people who sit up here and act like Fields is not a solid quarterback. And he's definitely a solid quarterback. He could definitely win games. You just want to see him in a position where he could do that for a team that's going to compete, not for a team that's choosing the team whether or not to tank or whether or not to actually compete to win. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you get Fields like 1 or 2 weapons, his whole game is going to be transformed.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's all I want.
I agree with that.
That's
all valid.
So, I'm praying for that. Or this is me speaking here. Now, if the Saints, let's say hypothetically speaking, after this year, Carr's not the answer, right? We go out, we say, hey, Justin, how would you like to be, a member of the Saints? We go out and get Justin Fields.
I don't know. I like Michael. What do you call it? I like Michael Penix better because.
Oh yeah, Penix. Yeah.
I think Chris Olave works very, very well with the pocket passer, and there's people who can deliver nice. You know what I'm saying? Accurate deep balls, and Justin Fields has that in his game. But I like the fact that he has more of a second gear to him, where you know what I'm saying, his dual threat ability. Like I think that's more his game.
Yeah.
I think it would be better if we had a QB that's gonna look down the field and be like, yo, like let me hit Chris Olave.
He down there somewhere. He down there somewhere.
Yeah, I think the best QB for our system right now is like a gambler, man. A quarterback who's gonna, you know what I'm saying, he's not gonna be afraid to let it go. We got Shaheed, Olave, A.T. Perry. You know what I'm saying? We got the vertical threats. We got the speed. We got route runners.
I agree. But we're heading into like the final stretch of NBA basketball, man. We already told you guys it's not gonna be like one of the long episodes. It's gonna be kind of one of like free agency. But, we're gonna talk about NBA. Heading into the final stretch of NBA basketball, man. What you like and what you dislike, man.
Oh man, this is going to be an interesting playoffs, man. One thing I'm really high on right now is the Nuggets. I'm not gonna lie, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? As much as I want to discredit that team because they keep beating my King LeBron, as much as I want to discredit that team, Jokic is really dominant. Like for the past 3 to 4 years, he has been the best player in basketball. Like it's almost impossible to stop him. Like actually, I haven't really seen. I mean, I guess playing physical against him works, but like even that, like he can adapt to that. Like you might get him one night, but he's gonna, you know, you start digging into him, he's gonna back into your chest and score on you. Like he really doesn't have too many holes in his game, especially offensively. Except he's not a great defender, but offensively he doesn't really have that many holes in his game. So I can
Right.
see the Nuggets going to the Western Conference Finals. In fact, I kind of have them in my mind already as a lock to go. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm liking right now. And then also the Celtics, I like what they're doing. I know a lot of people are not really high on the Celtics. They talk about how they drop in the playoffs or like they'll play well for a couple series and then choke. But in my opinion, I think this year this is not the case. This is not the case. Like I'm not gonna lie. Last year against Miami, they should have won that series. In my opinion, if Jason Tatum
The
had not,
Tatum didn't get
I
hurt.
think he would. I think they would have won Game 7. But now this year for sure, I'm really like high on them, and I am not very high. This might be an unpopular opinion on the Heat. I'm tired of people talking about the Heat, allowing them to play mediocre during the year, and then when it comes playoff time, oh yeah, the Heat are serious. They're a real contender. Not this year. Not against Kristaps Porzingis. Not against Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Al Horford. Not this year. I
I
think I
agree.
think this year is finally going to prove that the Heat, you know what I'm saying, they have been good for 4 years in the playoffs, but this year is going to be a year. It's over. It's done.
I agree.
I see the Celtics in
Me,
the Western Conference Finals and the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals right now.
for me, who I'm high on the Oklahoma City Thunder. They, I'm high on them. I'm high on them. They definitely can win a first round matchup. I don't know who's coming out that playing because right now you got the Lakers, Warriors, Mavericks all fighting for playing right now. I don't know who comes out of it, but I feel like the Thunder can easily, not easily, but I feel like they can win a playoff series. They totally turned their whole team around. Shout out Aiden. Because you said they were going to be good this year, but no one expected them to be that good this year. I'm not gonna lie. One
Now,
seed, I did not expect them to be a one seed this year.
I'm going to be
I
honest
said
with you,
they're
though.
going to.
I don't know who's going to win between the Warriors and the Lakers. But here's the problem, man. This is why I'm not high on the Thunder. It's not because they're I think they're going to choke or anything. They have a serious matchup problem. Their biggest player is Chet, and he cannot guard any elite fives. Okay, not that he can't guard them. He's not stopping them. He can guard. You know what I'm saying? He's a good defender. But against Anthony Davis, you know what I'm saying, someone who's gonna go up and rebound over him, who can score over him, who can outpower him. They don't have a proper five and interior defender to stop like big men in the paint. That's why I'm not high on them. Their guard play is elite. You know what I'm saying? Shea is really good. Jalen Williams really good. Probably Jalen Williams made a really big jump this year. He's been really good. You know what I'm saying? They have a solid team. They can shoot the ball. The problem is that this team, like I said, the Lakers are a very big team, and if they happen to play the Lakers in the first round, I can see the Lakers coming out of that in like 5, 6 games because it's just a matchup thing. Like you know what I'm saying, like they
Yeah.
every time Bron has went against them this year, he has fried them. He dropped like 40 on them earlier in the year. Not to mention, if they have no one that can stop Bron, they have no one that can stop Anthony Davis. So basically, every game, in my opinion, they're gonna have to rely on their offense. And that's not a good play against a Lakers team that has been very good defensively in the postseason. So that's what I'm saying. I also don't really with the Lakers. I know they're gonna make the play in. Don't know if they're gonna meet the playoffs, but I'm not very high on this team offensively.
The Lakers?
Mm-mm.
I'm not
I
either.
will say defensively though. That's their biggest thing. Their biggest threat is their defense and their matchups. If they
Also,
happen to
too,
play, go ahead.
also, too, D'Lo's a solid player. D'Lo's been cooking this year. He's been doing his thing for sure. But I don't know if D'Lo's going to be consistent enough on playoff time. Because it's going to be spurts where D'Lo's going to have 36 or 40 or whatever. And there's also going to be times where D'Lo's going to have 10. And he's not gonna come out there and do his thing. So it really matters not just whether LeBron or AD shows up, but everyone around him shows up as well come playing time. Because I'm not saying that this season for the Lakers is a failure, but it seems like it's like the same story, but just a different year with the Lakers. The Lakers go out and get some people. They all season they're like, oh, Lakers got this. They rehosted their lineup. They look like this. They look fresh. LeBron makes a tweet about the starting five saying, "Oh, it's time it's time to go. It's go time." Season starts. What's going on? Lakers not looking like the team that we thought they were gonna look like. And then they're in the same spot where they're going for a playing spot and they're going to make the play. When, in all honesty, the Lakers, well, what I've been accustomed to seeing with the Lakers, you would think that with the team that they had, they would be a whole lot better than what they're playing at. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that relates back to injury, that relates back to people being hurt out and stuff like that. I get it. But it definitely has to start with coaching. It definitely has to start with coaching. And I, I mean, it's cool that they're good in a playing spot, but in this case, like we shouldn't be barely making the playoffs at this point in LeBron's career. Especially, we shouldn't be doing this. LeBron doesn't show up to barely make the playoffs. LeBron, he is the playoffs. Like you don't really have the playoffs without LeBron.
He's
You get what
fact.
I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? When the Lakers made the playoffs back in 2020, when they were the one seed in the West, everybody was like, "Oh, like yeah, like come on, right?" But then after that, was just playing and playing and playing. It's like, all right, that's cool. You're getting me into the playoffs, but like just like last year, like I need to see more. Like I'm not just trying to see you in a playing show out. Show out for the go for a run, go on a run and do stuff like that. So
Yeah, D'Lo and AD need to. That's a big thing
they
too.
need to.
I can't
They
trust
need to.
AD. AD, like I said, when AD is on, I believe that he is the second best player, both ways on the ball, both ways. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't say he was better. I don't know how to say this one. I don't think he's better than Embiid per se, but last year what I saw him do in the first two series was better than what I saw Embiid do in the playoffs. That's what I'll say. And you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, and I like what he offers on both sides of the ball. Like I said, on the defensive side, he's a depoy level defender. He's a wall. He's great on the defensive side, but that offensive inconsistency is horrible,
That's what I'm
horrible.
saying. He
Some games
shows
it'll be 8 points, the other game will be 40, it'll be 30, it'll be 20 and 10 boards, and then it'll be like what, like 8 and 8 boards. Like he just needs consistency. Like it's a mentality thing too, though. So like it's kind of like you can't really ask. If they don't have it, they don't have it. Like if you don't have it, you
as
don't have
long look like LeBron doesn't need Anthony Davis to have 40 every night. That's not possible. If you give me at least 25 and 22 or 25 and 10, 30, a little couple 30-point games sprinkled in here and there, I'm pretty sure LeBron would be like, all right, that's cool. As long as my number two is showing up like a number one, because let's face it, when AD came to the Lakers, LeBron even said it himself. He was priming AD to be that number one option to take the load off of him. Anthony Davis has been here for 3, 4 years. Am I tripping? Four?
Well,
He's been in
since the
LA for
2020, 2019, 2020.
so
That's about 4 years, yeah.
4 or 5 years. They won one title. AD's best season, I feel like, and me personally, was 2020 was his best season in the Lakers uniform. I need Anthony Davis to show up more and just be able to produce more, man. That's all I'm asking for, man. You're I've heard Quendo on the podcast. I've heard you say on the podcast that 80, 80 is better than so and so, whatever, like that. And after looking at, his highlights and stuff like that, I'm like, he shows flashes, yes. But can we see this on a consistent level?
Yeah, I remember last year saying that. And boy, I think this year there's a little bit of a difference, but I remember
Yeah.
last year saying AD was better than Sabonis. And right now, I think I would take Sabonis over Anthony Davis. What he offers,
Right.
I think he is better than he was last year, though, in my opinion, because a big criticism of him was he did not show up during the Warriors series. He's too passive. You know what I'm saying? He plays against teams and he looks for the pass, and he's still like he can still be a dominant center when it comes to scoring. Like he
Right.
actually, and right now he's proving that he's playing well, very well offensively. You know what I'm saying? He's not shying away from scoring. And he kind of looks like the reason the last year the Kings were winning, and I was like, this is De'Aaron Fox's team. But it looks like Sabonis' team this year. So
Yeah.
I
It's
think
really
I would
about
take
consistency.
Sabonis over AD.
Yeah, that's really what it is about the West. That's for me about the West. Now, transition to the East. Like you said with Boston, I can't stand Boston. I hate Boston. I can't stand Jalen Brown. Can't stand Tatum, especially after what happened in the playoffs last year, what he did to the Sixers. But this is, I know 2020 was the year, no, 2021 was the year they're supposed to get that ring. This year is, no, 2022 was the year they're supposed to get that ring. This year is the Celtics' best opportunity for them to win a championship. Their team is deep. Their offense it's amazing. It's fluent. Their defense, one of the best on-ball defenders in Drew Holiday, one of the best rim protectors in the league in Porzingis. You know, they have depth. They have, great coaching. This team should be the team that should be holding up the Larry O'Brien Trophy come June.
Yeah.
This should
Be
be the
honest with
team.
you, this looks like a good chip year. And like
This
I
is
said,
a
man, it's going to be interesting though if the Nuggets and the Celtics see each other in the finals because, in my opinion, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do against Jokic because me personally, like, that's what I'm thinking of. Like,
they would have to put
what are
Horford
teams
on
gonna
him.
do against him? Like, what
They
are
would
teams?
have to have Horford on him or
I'm not
something
talking
like
about
that.
who you put on him, but like, how do you
Oh,
even
different
stop him?
game
Like,
plan.
what do you do?
You can. You can. If he's gonna get his triple double every night. It's only a matter of just diminishing the stuff he does.
Yeah,
Because
nah,
Jokic is so
that's
good
what
at
I'm
that
thinking.
too.
I'm thinking like you guard everyone else on the
Yeah.
perimeter, face guard everyone else, and you just let Jokic try to see if he can
Jokic,
score
if
100.
Jokic does a fadeaway jumper with 1 second left and everybody else is guarded, there's really nothing else you can do on him. I remember Jokic was making circuit shots against the Lakers last year in the playoffs, and I was like, there's really nothing you can do on him. It's nothing you can do.
You know what's
The,
so horrible? People really think that the Lakers like played poorly. Obviously, they didn't play like as best as they could. Maybe a couple games, 1 or 2 games, they played like generally like they played bad. But the Lakers generally should have won 2 to 3 of those games. And they were
no, I
in
agree.
it the whole time. And then down the stretch, Green and Finn. That's what happened. Down the stretch, Jokic and Murray, Green and Finn. That's what happened. That's literally what happened. Down the stretch, they made outrageous shots. Right in his hip, handing it hand straight up, and
Bro,
he's flinging it
I remember
over you.
LeBron. I remember LeBron. Yeah, and Murray would have one shot, and LeBron was like this at the end, bro. It's just what it is, man. It's what it is.
It's absurd.
Also, too, side note. This is a full side note. Um, I didn't get a chance to really say something about this 2 weeks ago, but Ben Simmons, man, is out for the season again. Surgery, man. Look, man. I, look, man. I never want to see one of my goats go down, man. Get better soon, Ben. Get better soon, bro. I need to see Ben in an NBA uniform again, man. I don't know what team he's gonna be on, but Simmons still has a lot to offer on the basketball court, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was a part of the agenda. I was a
I
part
said
of.
Ben
I was a
Simmons.
part of
I
the Ben
said Ben
Simmons
Simmons.
agenda.
I said Ben Simmons will be the next LeBron James, man.
I was a part of the agenda, and I look. I just want to apologize for my involvement with the Ben Simmons agenda. You know what I'm saying? I was a part of it for way longer than I should have been. You know what I'm saying? After the 76ers, I had faith in them. After the Nets got swept while he was on the bench, I said next year they're coming back. Ben Simmons, Kyrie, KD going to the finals. But in my defense though, when KD and Kyrie wanted out at that point in the season, they were about to be a top seed in the East.
But word, weren't they on that win streak? Weren't they on that win
They were
streak?
on,
They were
yes,
on that win
they were
streak.
about to
Yes.
be. So my defense, but still, and Ben Simmons also was playing well during that time as well. But you know what I'm saying? I just want to apologize for staying on the Ben Simmons train way too long, way too long.
Quango, that's not even as bad as me. I remember that first playoff series, his playoff debut. I remember I immediately said next year, I said he's going to be an MVP and a deep boy, which he was All NBA first team defense, so I wasn't far off with that. But then after he had 42 on Gobert, I was like, yes, like we're going to see the Ben Simmons that 2K be making me seem like he's going to be like the next Jordan. But nah, man, because dude, he was so raw, man. He was so raw. Like his first couple years with the Sixers, man, he was nuts. Literally, if he would have developed more of a developed more of an outside shot or mid range, oh my gosh, he made two All Stars. He made two All Stars and then an All NBA defense, man, and that's without a shot. So I don't know what's next for Ben Simmons. Man. I don't know if he. I don't want to call him a bust, but it's like there was definitely more that he could have given to the game. You get what I'm saying? There's definitely more he could have done. There's more stuff that I'm still trying to see Ben Simmons do. But back to what I was saying though about the East, the Celtics. I see them playing down the Nets and stuff, and in June. If it's not Boston, the team that I feel like is going to be the biggest threat in the East. Well, I'll say two teams in play. I'll say two teams in play. I'll say the Bucks and low key. I want to say either the Knicks or the Cavs. But if the Knicks are healthy, I will say the Knicks.
And to be honest with you, I gotta go with what I see, man. The Celtics on a night to night basis. Not saying like every single night, you know what I'm saying? There's off nights for every team, but on a night to night basis, they're one of the best defending teams, 3-point
Wait, I
shooting
just realized.
teams.
I just realized. I just realized. If the Sixers end up making the play-in, man, and we end up sliding down to the eighth seed, we're gonna have to see Boston first round,
What seed are y'all right now?
like 6 or 7.
Oh, y'all need to get back to 6. Y'all need to get back to 6. Y'all need to try to stay at 6. Cause that's, I'm gonna be honest with you. If y'all see Boston in the first round, you're gone.
We're done.
Unless Embiid comes back, well, he
They
will
said
have.
Embiid should. They said
If
Embiid
Embiid
should
comes
be
back
100% in
averaging
the playoff.
60, I'll be honest with you though, it's not looking that great. But you would have Embiid, Maxey, Oubre, Buddy Hield, Tobias. It's a decent team. But I don't see y'all beating the Celtics. It's
Also,
possible.
too. Also, too. I want to say in the West. Forgot to mention the Wolves, especially for sure. The Wolves have been a solid team this year. Pretty sure they're a top 3 seed in the West right now, or 4. I could be totally wrong, but the Wolves have been a solid team all year, considering the fact that they're without one of their best players in Carlos Towns, who has a similar injury than like Embiid, and they still find ways to win games. So I would not be surprised if the Wolves are in a position of knocking out, a favorite to win the championship as well in the playoffs as well too.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about it too. The Clippers. I like that team. To be honest. Though I don't know. With every team I'm thinking of, I'm thinking about the defending champs. I'm thinking about the Nuggets. Like, what is that?
Yeah,
What can that team do to stop the Nuggets? Because with the Clippers, though, they have 4 elite defending. They have an elite front court of defenders, and then they have almost all the way down to center. Zubac is not like great as an overall center scoring wise, but defensively he's a good body. You know what I'm saying? He can play defense. But they have
yeah.
Kawhi, Paul George, Harden, and then you can fill that spot with I don't know who do they have? They got Mason Plumlee, Tice. I don't know who they play at the 4, but all I know is Kawhi, PG, Harden. That front court defense. I think they could put a stop to the Nuggets. That's one team I think could put a stop to the Nuggets. And I'd
I
be
agree.
interested to see what the Suns do also, because they're a pretty decent team overall.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I agree.
all I know is the West is going to be amazing. The playoffs in the West is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I may pay attention to the West more in the playoffs than the East. In all seriousness, the West is gonna be a movie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Because I feel like every team that's even in the play-in, like all of those teams are competitive, down to the Lakers and Warriors, who are not even that great. The Lakers and Warriors, that one big thing for those two teams though is they may not be that great overall. Like they may have big weaknesses, but give them a matchup, give them a favor, give them a team where they can match up size wise, skill
Yeah,
wise, and you're gonna lose. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Warriors, I would like to see what happened if the Warriors and Nuggets played. That'd be interesting.
that's how it is, man. Like, it's gonna be interesting for the playoffs, man. Any final words, man? Any final words? Or anything you want to say before we wrap up the episode, man? Before you go, I just want to ask, who's your pick to win the women's basketball tournament?
Ooh, ooh. Oh, has their March Madness starts the same time that the men's
Yeah,
do.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, Ooh, I may have to go with South Carolina.
You know, I want to see South Carolina play LSU again, bro.
That. Not only was that a good game, but like actually, this
Yeah.
that's a grudge match, low key. I'm gonna go South Carolina though.
I don't think LSU's gonna win. I want Taylor. I know Taylor Preston go off in the tournament for sure. I want South Carolina to win because they went back to back. They went undefeated in back to back seasons, and no one's like really like talking about it like that, man. So that's gonna be interesting. And for the men's tournament, I mean, if it's not Virginia, uh, I want I wouldn't be mad if UNC won it. UNC is looking
No,
like one of the best teams in
I just
college
want to say,
basketball.
Full Wiley from South Carolina is a dog.
Bro, you know
17 points.
she got signed. She got signed to Curry. She got signed to Curry's brother.
That's a good play. Great play, Steph. She dropped like 25 off the bench on LSU in like 15, 16 minutes. That's a great
She's
play.
nice. She's nice. Yeah, she's nice. But yeah, man. I definitely I want to see the. I want to see UNC win it for the men's tournament. If it's not UVA, I want to get another team for ACC winning it. Not Duke, but yeah, UNC should be fine. But if UVA is in the tournament, you know who I got. You know, go Who's, man. Hold on, let me show the shirt. We'll go shirt.
Prepare
Wahoo
yourself for
Wild.
disappointment.
Watch us. Hey, watch us make the Sweet 16. Watch us. If they put us in the South bracket with UNC as the one, watch us make the Sweet 16. I guarantee you we're gonna make the Sweet 16 if they put us in that bracket.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
prepare yourself for
Next episode, you're gonna be hearing from me. I'm gonna be like, I told y'all we're gonna make the tournament. I told y'all what we're gonna do. This is nothing to us, man. We went in the Final Four. We went in the Final Four. And that's gonna do it for this week's episode of the Young Bulls Podcast. As always, Quentin, thank you for taking the time to, be on here today, my man. It's a Saturday. You know, uh, as always, you're gonna get you an episode next week. You're gonna be back in the studio next week too. Don't worry, we're gonna be back in the studio. We're gonna be back in the studio. We're gonna get that everything straightened out with that. Um, what else? Any last words, Quentin?
Man, I got nothing to say, man. Go Lakers, Saints, Manchester United.
And for me, go Who's, man. Go Virginia. Go Saints. Please do something in free agency, man. And, and die, Eagles die. No, that's my last words. That's my last words. But thank y'all for tuning into this week's episode. Thank y'all for continuing to rock with us. Thank you again to our sponsor for this episode, Icy Nailed It. Make sure y'all go check out her page on IG. We'll catch y'all next week, man. Peace. Enjoy the weekend.